Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
I feel like it's repetitive.
Gathered friends, of course, welcome aboard the Calypso. This is Black Remnant. It's a heady blend of gosh.
I was
going to say people might not have seen the actual logo for the Black Remnant. So imagine that this logo rests upon the battle mechs of this
put my head right there.
mercenary group. Your head is the twinkle. But yes, I mean, ordinarily I would say this is a heady blend of wargaming and RP. But having done 2 full episodes of wargaming that obviously reached their zenith with Stavron's profound success.
By hiding.
Stavron's profound success.
Do you want to describe that a little bit? What happened? The point of that battle, that training round, and then what actually took place?
Well, here, it should be a little bit of both. I mean, obviously, I'm happy to provide color commentary for anything that might have happened on Matsu. But it really is Roshan Cole's shonen adventure arc.
Yep.
And so if you would like to establish some details, Kiko, I would be happy to interrupt you frequently and not let you get a word in edgewise.
So from the beginning, we were sent to, let me look through my notes here, Metsu,
Yes.
based on a note left by Kenji to Roshan to meet with Kiyotomo Sanada because there is something for Roshan there. We're going to fix Jerry's mic. Is Eric's mic's turned off?
Also? I'm good. You know what?
This would be a really weird stream.
No, your mic was. Come on, you stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, was it doing this?
While on Metsu.
What happened on Metsu? So you went to, remember, Kenji passed away under certain circumstances that we do not know.
I know.
That Stavron may or may not have caused on Old Kentucky.
For some reason, we still have Kenji's
You were taking his corpse back.
in cold storage on the Calypso.
While on the Calypso, though,
It's for food.
his body somehow managed to fall out of said
Yes.
isolation case.
That's right. And it was revealed.
Yeah, that there was some markings on him, kanji from Kenji,
That only Roshan saw.
that only Roshan saw, that said uncle on it.
So we get to Metsu. Roshan and Stavron meet with
You meet with the
Kiyotomo.
leader of the
and,
Sonata clan,
That's right. Father to Kenji.
father to Kenji.
Roshan was put through a series of trials, I guess.
Yeah.
And the final trial ended last session with a team battle where everyone was knocked out except Stavron.
Somehow. But anyway,
Kiyotomo.
more about Stavron. Let's go into that. No.
Kiyotomo told you that this was about this one was to judge your leadership abilities. So you were the only one in command that had a comm system that worked.
Right. But it didn't keep Stavron from attempting to talk a lot, not just in game, but also in real life.
And sometimes follow orders.
And he may have followed orders, he may not have followed orders.
Who can
and
say?
that may or may not have gotten Zigzag's mech completely destroyed,
As well as Roshan's.
as well as Roshan.
Yeah. But, and obviously, I think that it would be appropriate under these circumstances to be angry with Stavron if he had not pulled it over the finish line with a Timberwolf on Mongrel battle.
Were already previously damaged heavily by Roshan.
Okay, no, listen.
It's not lying.
No. And it was important to note. I think that the cameras were off by that time, but Kiko had a chance to see the card for my mongrel at the end and noticed that. No, it's possible I had not revealed it, but I had 1 hit point left on the mongrel.
Really?
It was the mongrel was had to be physically. I had to get out and push the mongrel across the finish line.
You're like loading the auto can.
No,
from the
it
side.
was yeah, exactly. It was raw. It was a hard one, but we were able to. I mean, it in the end, it came up
Some sort of success.
Yes, in the end, it came up on our side. And now, I mean, the only thing that we know is that Kenji had left something for Roshan here.
Yeah,
and
Kiyotomo told you that it was his inheritance.
Okay. So theoretically, it's Kenji's property or something Kiyotomo had reserved for Kenji.
We also learned that Kiyotomo was Kenji's father.
Yes, his dad IRL. And so I can only imagine that whatever the sophisticated, social structures, the hierarchy, my guess is that since Stavrin was the one that was the last one standing, was able to defeat the foe, my guess is that the inheritance probably goes to Stavrin. That's just my guess. Now, I don't know how they do things, on Matsu, but it's reasonable to assume that
The victor goes to spoil?
yeah, I don't know. It's something. It would be cool to get a new robot, but or whatever it is. But no, obviously, I will not be advocating for this. But I am very, very curious to see how things go after these rituals, because most of our encounters with Kiyotomo have been very standoffish. Obviously, we were there to be tested. I'll be very, very interested to see how it goes.
Well, you'll remember that he was hesitant to give the inheritance to Roshan before
Yes.
he knew of his capability.
Well, and he tested him multiple times to basically get a full spectrum scan of the boy and to test his worth.
Yeah, he even went to Burnout and asked if Zigzag could take part in these trials.
Yeah. And it was fine. No problem. Kiyotomo can have whatever he wants. Me, I got to spend 2, as many as 3 chits. Not Kiyotomo. Kiyotomo has all the chits, basically. And the ones I spend. So it's rude. No, it's fine. It's how it should be. That's how it should be. I'm looking for this Toranaga style presence. My Severin's best possible outcome here is just to be a trusted lieutenant to a man like that. He doesn't have any aspirations higher than that on this planet.
So, you remember at the end of the battle, Sonata bowed down to the valley and then walked away.
Yeah, it was a cool moment. I wanted to change one thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave.
Hissed in the wind.
Yeah, I'm gonna pee on something. No, this is a very serious moment. I'm gonna shit. No, nothing that. I'm saying I placed the medium laser in a salute position, but I also wanted to like open the cockpit and like salute from on the top. I just wanted to be part of it more. So let's retcon that. I did something really cool, and then I just salute the mech. I salute my mech, and then there's a rabbit. And I salute him.
Let's retcon to the very beginning.
Yeah.
Stavrin's cool.
Severin's the best, and everybody thinks so. He's doing well.
So you're just saluting anything that will or will not salute you.
Yeah,
back.
and I got an A in math.
Yeah.
No matter what you might have heard from my mom, it was an A.
Really good at business.
Yeah, incredibly good at business.
Okay. So you're still on the field, and you see Zigzag and Roshan crawling out of the remnants of their mechs, while there are hovercrafts coming in to take it away to
get the materials, basically, bring everything up to their version.
Base,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just from the top. After I've gotten done saluting, I'll turn down to the two youngsters. Say, you guys need a ride?
Or Roshan's already walking to the elevator.
Yeah, actually, Zigzag's kind of just like walking by. Like you actually see her just kind of nonchalant about it because it's like she has no care in the world.
Yeah,
like she's just walking.
It actually just worked. That's crazy. I'm loving it. Well, here I'm going to leave the cockpit open, and we'll just drive out. And I'm going to walk alongside ZZ very slowly. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, ZZ, is there anything you want to talk about? You have an after action report?
Well, other than you getting me shot, I'm fine. I mean, I don't even have to do any repairs. They're doing it all for me. So I'm just going to go and hang out and relax.
I say actually, my mongrel is actually in a pretty tight spot.
Not my problem today.
So there's still going to be some
repairs for them.
Some light repairs.
Not on me.
And when I say light, I mean almost entire. This is going to be a full refit, I think. This is not really a mech anymore in the classic sense.
Couldn't you just gotten it shot so I didn't have to do it?
I mean, I could work it out.
Shoot yourself in the foot. Just break it. I don't want to have to do anything. I'm fine. One day. All I had to do today was fight. Now I've got to do this. Come on.
I'm going to do it.
Point your autocan down.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Cockpit. I go in there, I put the medium laser down. I have 1 hit point left, 1 point of internal structure, and then I basically hit both at the same time and eject.
And as you
and the cockpit's open, so all of the verbal warnings and stuff are going off inside of it.
And as you're floating back down to the ground, you see another hover craft come out, and the workers are just kind of looking at you, confused.
It's a rich. You have to understand. I'll explain it when we get back up to the top. So I'll get out of the object, and then I'll make my way over to ZZ, who I imagine is making her way over to Rashawn.
Yeah. Yep.
And say, I mean, it's gonna come back. I mean, do you think they're gonna fix it better than you could, or?
You want to repeat that sentence?
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, I mean, who's the best? Who's the best at it? I don't know. I didn't see what they did last time. I assume magic. Everything comes out of their new. I think they have another one of this mech, and they just bring that one out. I don't think they could possibly be fixing it.
And you just see her get grinding her teeth. Her happy mood was
Roshan hits the elevator.
Literally fading away.
No, it's not fading away. It's being transferred to Stavron like a vampire. The whistling begins as soon as the hum of the elevator starts up that incline. It's incredible. Finally, things are coming up. Stavron. This is it. It feels good to me.
You're at the elevator and they're riding it up. Into the...
Just in silence. I wonder what passage from this book you've been reading has led you to this type of behavior.
God, there is. It's like, because we already have, the whole book is BTM, but Shit the Sun is one of them, and I think that one of them is literally shoot yourself in the foot. Because that's also a metaphor.
Because this would explain this weird behavior.
It's like, but of course, when Vicky Cardigan is talking about it, it's like, hey, you can learn a lot. You want to test your limits outside. Test your limits before they're truly needed. And it's like, well, maybe it'll work if I test them after. And that's it. And so I feel like I've done everything that Vicky Cardigan has said, And so far, I think I've been rewarded. Vicky Cardigan hasn't steered me wrong since. I'm thinking back to that chapter in the book. I'm like, I have to look out wherever I think Vicky might be.
Yeah.
And it's just,
You the Vicky you
I
want
put
to
it
see
up.
in the world?
I just put it up.
We get to the top of, and the elevator stops. Typically, at the end of every exercise, we go to the ridge where Sonato's waiting. What is?
Oh yeah, where he's sort of seated on his stool.
Yeah, is that the same situation currently?
You can make, this is your call. You've got the coin. You can literally, that's the cool part about this.
Okay.
You can describe this entire scene in whatever the hell you want to
God,
happen.
it could be completely different.
Yeah.
Then Sonata's waiting at the usual spot, and Roshan walks over and goes back into the kneeling position in front of him and bows slightly.
Okay. Zigzag walks over and stands behind you. Stavron, what do you do?
Well, I indicate like when Roshan, goes through the obeisance, recognizes all the thresholds and the hierarchy. I'm like indicating with my neck that she should do what he's doing. That she should present like, this is it. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And then I will start doing it myself, pointedly, like, this is it. We're doing this now.
She lights up a cigarette.
Oh, God.
Still young for that?
Yeah.
I'm joking. She doesn't light up a cigarette.
I'm like, no, you smoke? What the fuck?
No.
When did I miss this?
No.
Like
But-
daughter, like father.
She just crosses her arm.
Honest, no.
She lights up a cigar.
Yeah. No, I'm putting the chit in.
Okay.
Because you don't inhale it.
Yeah, you don't inhale it.
It's just about the flavor. It's about the flavor. But no, I reserve the right to put another chit in later for nicotine poisoning because she's not good at it yet. And this is an experience I've had myself. But no, I think that this would be the bar thing. I'm like, this is it, right? Like this, right? See this rigid, and then we're gonna go down. We're gonna bow, but not all the way. It's like there's a limiting thing here, and it's about hierarchy, right? Mm-hmm. It would be incredible if she revealed herself to be Burnout's daughter in this moment. That would be the best.
Okay, so she puts a cigar in her mouth, but she doesn't light it.
It's huge.
Like her dad,
Exactly, same.
Like her dad used to not light it.
Yeah.
Now that he knows his wife is back, he's been lighting his cigars more often.
Yeah, exactly.
But she crosses her arms and just stands there.
Perfect.
Chomping on a stick.
This is a pretty cool picture to me. I like it. The blossoms are still swirling. They're eddying around here at the top of this cliff face. Yeah, I need to know what Kiyotomo has in store.
And he looks over at Roshan. He says, "I have a couple questions for you. First, I noticed that there were some odd patterns of movement from your team when they were engaging with the enemy. Let me just ask you, were you giving commands and your team was not following them? Or were you just giving them the latitude to make their own decisions out of trust?"
Oh, wow, dude, this is the Cosmo quiz from hell.
Roshan just frankly says, coordinates were marked.
And that's all you did to command your team was mark coordinates.
Coordinates were marked and commands were given.
And that's what you think leadership is?
I don't know what leadership is.
Becoming quite clear.
God, it's one thing for me to dress down Roshan, but not for.
Well, no, this isn't a dress down because Roshan isn't a leader.
No, absolutely not. I'm just saying that, like,
This is all just very factual.
but who gets to be this direct with Roshan is something Stavron reserves the right to process.
Do you think if you were in the Solaris games and you were leading a three-person team, this type of you wouldn't be a leader at that point, and this type of action would actually assist you and aid you in your success?
I would need to train.
Clearly. Let me ask you, how did you feel when Zigzag's mech was destroyed and she was almost killed? Due to your leadership.
Roshan processes
Yeah, that's a lot.
for a little bit, and God, how would he answer this? He would. It were there's no.
It's worth considering, right?
Well, no, they wouldn't. Roshan would not take anything personal.
No, he can't.
He can't.
He doesn't know how.
No, it would be a detriment to the mission.
Right, right. And in the state, in his battle mind,
Yeah.
there's no Roshan. He can't take
Yeah.
it personally because
No.
there's no target.
No, Roshan would answer, or Roshan answers the loss of assets complicate victory.
Oh, that's that's really nice, actually. That's quite nice, Kiko.
Duly noted.
That's really juicy, in my opinion.
Now tell me, what would you have done differently to better the outcome of that battle?
How would he?
Dude, you know what would be interesting? Here, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying
No.
that now that we've entered into this thing where it's like we're sort of defining Roshan's personality, I really like the idea that he didn't put it all in the field. Right? So there's one
Oh, I'm really right-handed?
no,
right?
no, exactly. Like there's one way to say it, and it's just like he doesn't know. Like if he comes in here and just completely annihilates these beautiful heritage mechs, like I wonder if there isn't something about the structure of this conflict that places it separate from the types of conflicts that we get in, which are to the death often, and like when we go downside, we don't hang out there.
I don't think it would be respect for the other mechs. I think that Roshan would basically, as a second chance, how would he fix?
Yeah. Resolve it.
How he would resolve it, and the way that Roshan would resolve it is knowing that Stavrin doesn't sometimes listen.
Yeah.
That would be
This has come up. Keeps coming up, actually. But yeah.
yeah.
There might be something there.
Roshan responds by saying, how would he phrase it though? The propensity for, how would he phrase
Oh,
it?
God, here. So, speak amongst yourselves. There is an option for him to say something along the lines of, "You would have different people at your side."
No, that's a very Roshan.
You would win the battle before you entered the mech.
Yeah, knowing everything.
Very
Yeah, knowing
Right.
everything, it would be.
You wouldn't bring Stavrin.
Yes. No, that's exactly what Roshan would say.
This is what
Yeah.
I mean. Like that is like because this is where I'm getting fucked up with this
Yeah.
game. First of all, I love this game a lot,
Yeah.
and so but whenever we play it, I keep seeing it written as a story, and I really want to start writing these as short stories. But it's like in this, like
Yeah.
that's what would happen, and I know that it's right because it feels so bad. Right? I know that it's the
Yes.
correct line because of how bad it feels.
Yeah, and then, the reverse is true. Roshan can't take anything personally, and he doesn't factor in other people's feelings.
He can't locate the person
No.
in the other.
Roshan
right?
answers, I would have different assets.
I would field different assets.
So you gave
Yes.
the same response after the first battle that you had, and I will give you the same answer. You don't always know what you're getting into, so how would you choose if you had no clue what was going to be down there for you?
I would adjust on the fly, as in the previous exercise.
Well, Stavron, how does that make you feel, seeing as you were the one that claimed the final victory for this battle? How would you have changed the outcome for the better? I'll ask you the same question.
Is there a better outcome than victory? I don't know how it works here.
Well, less damage to your mechs, not losing, possibly, if we were in a real scenario, my fighters wouldn't have been going for your legs.
I love this. That's great. This is where you find out that it's not even the real. That they were left-handed. Stavron like looks pensively. That gentle zephyr blows through the courtyard again. He says, "I'm sorry. What was the question?" I was thinking about. Oh, sorry, I'm present, sir.
How would you better handle that battle so that you didn't incur as much loss?
I would be a better man. And I'm starting today.
God, you were almost serious for like a second.
In my mind, I can hear those videos you were playing, the Vicky videos. Like the nonstop, like minute and a half, insane affirmation, just fireworks going off in my mind.
And then you just see Sonata get up and turn around. He says, "Get some rest tonight in your cabins. I will see you in the morning."
I look over at Roshan and say, "I think that went well." And I say, and then as he leaves, I say, "And Zizi, what was that? What's going on with the? Why are you?
She
why are you
just dinks
chewing
it off of your head.
Yeah, wet." Yeah, but of course I can't just leave it on the ground. I have to pick it up and put it away. And it's like but I keep touching the wet part. It's like, oh, God.
She just like looks at you,
I say,
she
"It's nuts."
pulls another one out and tosses it on the ground.
I say, "No, it's not. I'm not touching that one." Now it's weird. The other one, obviously, is because it's a sacred space. Now you're just being 14. And I say, "Does your dad know that did you take these? Like, does he know that you're chewing on these?"
No.
Oh, I say, "Oh, well, let me just get my tablet real quick." I had some other things I was going to talk to Burnout about, but now I've got some new information.
You have no proof. I didn't chew on anything.
It's literally in my pocket.
Yeah, your cigar. It's not mine.
Just ask Burnout if he has any missing cigars.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in space. He's going to open the cigar box, and there's going to be some. You think he doesn't? I say, Zizi, you think he doesn't? And then I say,
Listen, Tozawa Village is known.
For
their
its
tobacco
hand-rolled
hand-rolled cigars.
Yeah. It's like the Cuba of the inner sphere.
and I say, Zizi, and then I pause, and I say, Victoria. There's a limited number of these on the ship.
Yeah, what's your point?
I will put up with this, God willing, from my own daughter, but I'm not going to put up with it from someone else's. The end. I'm gonna go back to our thing. I need some pickled radish or something. I need to eat cooling foods to bring the temperature down a little bit. It's just, yeah, Stavrin as a parent, what a delight. What a delight to consider. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna head back. Before I go back to our little home in the village that we have,
Our quarters.
yeah, our quarters. I want to see where they're repairing these. And I want Zizi to see it as well. I want her to see like
Did you
artisans.
say last time that they were like just doing it on the field?
In some
Like they
cases,
just
but it
built-
sounded like they had hovercrafts
Yeah.
coming by this time.
Koto.
I don't know if they were bringing them, towing them up, but I want her to see what it looks like at the artisan scale. And so I'm just gonna, with a tug of my neck, I'm just gonna have her come with me. And I want to see that. I want to see the pros. Like I want to see these like centuries-long artisans doing what she does, just to see if there's anything she can pick up.
Okay. What's Roshan doing?
Roshan is.
He might not even be part of it at
no,
all.
he's not even
He might just
part
be.
of
He
this.
might just
He's
be frozen in place.
Yeah, no, he. No, he does recognize the ritual. Like once Sonata leaves, it's
done.
okay to get up.
Yeah.
So Roshan goes back to the quarters and does a little meditation.
Great.
This is good.
When you're there, when you walk in, Burnout's actually sitting there.
Oh, he's waiting.
He has a feast of food ready and waiting. And he's already mowing down on it. Like you see him picking at everything. And
Oh, he's
just-
trying it all.
Yeah. It's a mukbang for him. Like it's
Yeah.
just, he's going through it.
Roshan's kind of hungry, so.
Well, yeah. It's probably time. It's probably time for him to sit by.
And he says, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I was going through all of my, I was cleaning out the bridge, and
He's like, this burnout is excited.
oddly enough,
very
I
weird.
noticed a couple cigars were missing, but that's not what I'm here for.
Listen, you deserve it. You know what I mean?
But
You won.
You're gonna love this. Look, and look what I found. And he hands you three to four photographs, and they're all pictures of you with growing up on the ship. After you were
Brought in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
As a young ward.
it's pictures.
So it would have been
You
like
s-
Otho.
You see one with Stavros. You see one with Stavrin. You see one with Zigzag. Why don't you describe three different pictures of what were happening?
So this is a young Roshan. This is on one of Otho's 88 drop ships.
yeah. Could be the Odysseus, the flagship.
The flagship. A lot of them involved Roshan in a simulator.
It's just like different pictures
Yeah,
of
it's
different angles.
Like no smiles in any of them.
No. No.
But
Yeah.
the one where you're
Not
in the
really fully in there,
simulator,
yeah.
Burnout and Stavros are sitting on top of the simulator, smoking cigars, giving thumbs up.
Yeah. So whoever is probably Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And nothing really like relaxing. Like it's always
Work.
like work or
Yeah.
duty or
So what
Yeah.
was the one with you and Zigzag?
the one with me and Zigzag were Zigzag trying to show Roshan how to hold a tool or something like that.
And like Hannah's behind.
Yeah.
Just like you
Yeah.
see her just.
No, like blurry, like
Yeah. Like no, it's like a power drill, but it was like a completely wrong direction.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a mess.
And what's the one with Stavrin?
So the one with Stavrin is like how many years older?
Yeah, Stavrin is in the concept that I have for Stavrin. Stavrin is about 35 years old.
Okay, so probably like 16, 17 years older.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one is.
It's like the older brother that you get like from a remarriage,
Yeah.
right? The numbers are weird.
Yeah. Stavrin is. What is Stavrin doing? Stavrin is doing not work.
Yeah.
While Roshan in the back is sort of doing the real sweeping. Like,
You know what it probably is?
Yeah, but you see,
Yeah.
but you see Logan over him, over Stavros, pointing one wrench at Stavros or Stavrin, and then a wrench at Roshan, just kind of mimicking to.
These things. Use these tools to accomplish tasks.
yes. It's sort of kind of weird because Roshan doesn't really look like he is neither enjoying or hating anything.
Yeah. It's almost like he's been placed digitally into the photograph.
Yes.
Right? It's like he's been pasted in.
Yes.
It's like a Adobe automatic fill. It's like put a boy here.
Yes.
Always a little bit outside.
Yeah, it's just always a little bit outside, and it's like a duty first kind of thing.
And Burnout then just slaps you on the back. He's like, "Look at these. These were great times, weren't they?"
Yeah. Roshan just says thank you.
Come on, man! You gotta have some kind of fun with this. Look at how dumb Stavros looks in this. It was great.
And he does. He does. Because that was 3 photos. The 4th photo should be one taken by Stavrin, where he is in the corner. It's like a selfie one where he's like looking back and Roshan is back there and he's pointing at Roshan, but Roshan doesn't know that the picture's happening. Like that's the 4th, that's the mysterious 4th shot.
But it is peculiar.
Yeah.
Like this whole situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's not, they don't, like both, I mean, Roshan and Burnout don't
This is rare.
really communicate very much.
That's right.
Because they don't have to.
Exactly.
And Roshan doesn't really communicate with anyone, really.
No. Well, but I was just going to say, like, I wonder if Burnout is excited. Burnout is like really excited about this food, right?
Yeah,
This is like a throwback for him.
the food and the picture, finding the pictures. It's like, this is you're part of the family, kid. Come on, smile a little bit.
Roshan does a facsimile of smiling. That's slightly creepy.
Yeah. But the teeth are visible.
Yes.
Teeth are made visible. Teeth can be seen.
And he just says thank you again.
Smile accomplished.
Yes.
It's true. God, I wish I would love this food.
So you and Zigzag
Yeah, it's easy.
walk over to the mech bays that you can clearly hear construction repair work going on. And and no one's stopping you. You're free to walk around.
Yeah, it seems like it's okay for us to be.
Right.
We've been invited by Kiyotomo, so that's probably what makes it okay.
Right. And as you see all 3 of the Black Remnant mechs being repaired, you see a team on each mech. There are 2 engineers on the feet, 2 on the legs, 2 on the torso, 2 on the head, 2 on each arm, and that is per mech.
Yeah. So
And Zigzag's just looking at you like.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like an anthill. Like they're
It's just a day of shooting yourself in the
Yeah,
foot.
exactly.
Imagine if Zigzag had a crew.
Yeah, exactly. It would be
team.
incredible.
So she's like, and Zigzag just like, what do you want to show me?
I forget. No, I just thought you would like it. I'm not saying that you don't know how to fix robots.
Uh-huh.
You've been fixing robots for you're the robot fixer.
Yep, me.
I'm sure there's a word for it.
Me.
We're gonna have to go with that for now. But yeah, what I'm saying is that you're part of a tradition. And they're also part of a tradition. There has to be something you can learn from them.
Yeah, how to not get overworked and underpaid.
Well, no, you're not going to learn that on my ship. We don't teach that. Those are not classes available.
This seems pretty efficient to me. Does this put anything? Have you learned anything from this?
Yeah, I shouldn't have brought you over here. I've been getting an earful ever since they opened up the gate. but I'm gonna get close. My guess is there's gonna be a rule. They're gonna have to have. It's gonna be like any other work site. I'm gonna have to get a helmet.
This is a hazard stripe.
Yeah. Oh no,
boundary on
honestly,
the ground,
having come back, was it your experience? Because you've both been there.
Yeah.
Was it your experience where it's like there's a work site? It's like not even on the road. It isn't projecting out into the road. But there's two guys in full suits and hats, and they're standing out in front like a gate.
No, that's when just like road construction, even when there's no construction happening, if there's equipment there, then there's dudes there making sure no one.
And so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it's like we can see it from out here, and we can see the scaffolds and see them working hard. But I think if I try to get a helmet and look in, so I think that there's just like, and they're not even going to pretend. They're not even going to pretend to talk to me about anything. Yeah. They're just going to be a physical barrier. I'm not going to be able to go in. I'm not going to be able to sneak around. I can't juke. This is for them. This is like functionally a sacred place, and it's not for tourists.
Yeah. As you kind of like poke your head in.
Yeah.
All of their helmets come up. Their welding helmets come up and just look at you.
But hands up. No, I do whatever. I'm hoping that in 3152 thumbs up still means you guys are doing great. Hopefully it's not weird. Hopefully it's like sideways or something. I don't know. Time can change a man, but I love it. He's gonna have he has a fantasy of trying to get in and show this kid what for, but I have not been able to nourish her. With this
every time it's like it should be a bonding experience, but you always fuck it up so bad.
Yeah, you turn it into something evil.
You're like, maybe you'll learn something. Yeah, that's not bonding.
Yeah.
Maybe we can shore up some of your inadequacies by showing you how real mechanics work.
No, it's the classic. It's just like there was this period of time where it's like anytime we would try to go someplace in the car, for some reason Brenda thought that was a time to learn Spanish. It's the same energy. It's just like, it would be great. Let's look over some flashcards. No, we're just driving someplace. Let's just live through it.
Let's just be people together.
Let's just live through it. Let's decide on something we all want to listen to and listen to that.
I mean, you could have totally got in there like, trying to commiserate, like, I see that they're doing this. Is it something that you've done before? Like, no.
It would be incredible. Listen, the person you're describing sounds amazing. I hope he gets a ship someday. Yes, that didn't really work.
We do one of those black and white episodes where it's like the what ifs.
Yeah, exactly. What if the Calypso had a captain?
50s music.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a title screen.
Yeah. Loaf of bread.
No, exactly. So a lot of anthropomorphized objects. I'm going to head back. I mean, that didn't work at all. That didn't work at all.
That was a net negative.
It really was. I'll just turn and go back. It's like she's a big girl. She knows what she wants to do. That's fine. I can't.
She stays and keeps watching.
Yeah. See, you think I don't know how it works? I know exactly how it works. This is how it works in my own house. But yeah, I got that rumbly. I mean, now I'm looking for that. I need that feast. I'm looking for the noodles. I'm looking for the daikon.
Stavrin enters the quarters and sees the full spread. Burnout is having a great time, just some over here, some over there, some
Oh,
over there.
yeah.
Roshan is just slowly picking at his food in front of him. And Roshan says, "Hello, Commander."
So you see Roshan say that, or
Yeah.
hear Roshan say that Burnout's. You've never seen him happier.
Yeah, I've never seen him happy,
And,
frankly.
and he throws you the same pictures that he showed Roshan.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna slide through, and when he sees the shot that he took of himself and Roshan, he thinks photography was always my passion. And there's another universe. There's an inner sphere radically changed by his photography. It's a place of peace and understanding. It's united the houses.
Roshan's out of focus.
Simple beauty. Just the simple beauty in everyday things. Inspiring photographs. But yeah, I'll sit down on a cushion and I'll just have the pictures in my left hand while I'm going to absent-mindedly grab things with chopsticks and but I'm not looking where it's, I know that it's coming, but I don't know exactly where it is, but my mouth is open. And I'm close though, I'm doing pretty good. And some food does eventually get in, but it's a ritual. It's a challenge. But yeah, the picture, obviously the pictures of Stavros and Logan. I think that's the key. We should embroider one of those because there's a Stavros and Logan shot where they're on the. I know there's a Stavros and Burnout one on the simulator, but there is one of Logan as well.
Yep.
And I think that the hidden person in all these photographs is Hannah. And so I think the Stavros shot is they're both looking at Hannah. And so Stavros is looking at his wife and he is smiling like you should for the picture, but he's also smiling at his wife and Logan can barely stand it.
Yeah.
I think that's the two men have had a dynamic since they were children. And I think that this picture perfectly captures it. Right? You have the gregarious person who's always reaching out and pulling people in. And then you have this perfect lieutenant, but a calculating individual who has misgivings perhaps about the match.
But Logan with you has always been fairly gregarious.
Yeah.
and-
With me, he is.
Okay.
And that's
Did we find you a new dad?
Yeah, we got
Another one?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, replacement dad, please. I got two chits. How many chits is a dad? But no. I think that, but I think that's a really important piece of information is that he is warm with me. Like the way that things have gone in the campaign, he doesn't trust him. He thinks of him as stealing his birthright or something. He has a very complicated opinions, and he's also learned things about Logan's behavior from secret transmissions and other actions. He's still figuring out what it is, but Logan has never done anything to deserve that we know of.
Yes, that of course.
His behavior should not accrue
This amount of
Stavron.
yes.
The interactions should be less Stavrinian. if we're looking at the actual information.
The real question is, how much does Stavron look like Burnout?
Oh,
Or Malcolm.
no, Malcolm is probably more likely. Real dad confirmed. Northwood Highlanders. So we'll see if they're hiring. But no, I'm just gonna continue feeding myself nibblings and then looking over here and then I'm just gonna go through the pictures and then I'm gonna go through them again, basically, and then the top of the stack is gonna rest at that shot that's just of my father and my uncle, both looking at Hannah, but also looking at me from the picture. Yeah, I think I might have to keep that one. I think that one's coming back to the room. That's gonna be like tucked in the mirror type thing. But yeah, I say, Burnout. Do you know that? I mean, I don't want to tell tales out of school. Obviously, it's possible to use tobacco responsibly. But it's about context. There's a time and a place and an age. ZZ smokes cigars now. I don't know what to tell you.
What are you talking about?
Listen, it's not.
Cigars.
I thought she was on fire. That's how much she smokes. I thought that she had caught on fire. And then I was like, oh no, what's this? A cigar.
You know what? We were having a great night, and now you're here lying to me for some weird reason about ZZ.
No, she was chewing.
Probably because she didn't fix the mech quick enough.
No. I say, I found this. And in the manner of a like a British procedural, like the drawing room scene. It's like, whoa. I say, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't smoke them. Maybe
you're the one taking cigars
No,
out
it's
of my...
obviously not. No. Obviously not me. Don't laugh at that, Ghostly. I say, no, I'm not. I don't even know where you keep these. I'm going to your room. I say, here, you can have this one. I don't know if they're still fun after someone else has chewed on them. I don't know your culture.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you didn't go into my humidor and just keep taking my cigars.
I don't even know what a humidor is.
Blaming it on my daughter.
I don't know what a humidor is.
You've seen it every day on the bridge. You know exactly where I get them.
Is that a humidor?
Yeah.
Oh. What is it for?
Now I know it's you.
Is it like a refrigerator for cigars? Or is it like a microwave for cigars?
Kid.
Anyway, it's good to see you, buddy. We won. Basically, I don't know if you need to be caught up.
In the middle of this, in between bites, Roshan just kind of blurts out, ZZ took the cigars.
What? Seriously?
I just hold a hand out, the silent vindication. I just hold a hand out like, huh? Oh.
You being serious? She took the cigars, not him?
ZZ
Why would
had
she
them.
I rest my case.
It's mostly because Roshan is getting tired of the noise.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I don't know how it works. I mean, obviously, I feel that since we're on Matsu,
And now there's more noise.
Yeah. Obviously, since we're on Matsu, I don't know who want to report this to the authorities. I don't know if there's a prison sentence for children who smoke here. But whatever, I want to make sure we honor their thing.
I don't know why this started, but somehow it has to do with you.
It probably does. She's been under a lot of pressure. And then
And he just takes a bowl of food, stands up, walks to the front sliding doors, closes them, and then walks out.
All right, I'd say finally some peace and quiet.
Then Roshan asks,
And as the doors kind of like slam,
Yeah.
the gust of wind knocks the pile of pictures over, so they're all spread across the floor.
nice.
You can see them all.
Nice. That'll be good at the end of the episode.
with Roshan's never inactive vigilance, he asks, Commander, is there something significant about that photo?
Which one? And I'll
You have a plethora
yeah, I was just
of
gonna say I'll slide them together.
But what you do notice about the majority of these photos is they're all kind of happy times that were had on Stavros'.
Yes, absolutely. These are all good. It's good times.
Yeah.
And this is a much younger Stavron as well.
Roshan points to the one that you were eyeing
Yeah,
while you were attempting to eat.
Yeah, the one that I left right there. And I say, this is a hard one. And I'll get some food in the bowl, set the bowl down, sort of scooch my cushion over a little bit closer to Rashawn. I'm going to say, so this is my dad, and this is my uncle. You know them. And when my dad died, my uncle and my dad were still fighting. And now, even though he's gone, it's like they kept fighting for years. They were never able to put it away. And so then everybody who is around them has to put up with it.
What kind of fighting?
And you remember that you've got, Hannah told you that she believes that Logan killed your father.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell him that. So they
loves a woman.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah. When a mech warrior loves a mech warrior very much. Let me tell you about mech warriors, young man.
Article cannon. And
Yeah. Basically, I'm going to say, my uncle thought my dad married the wrong person. And I'm the result of it. So this is something I have to carry around with me everywhere. It's a huge pain in the ass. And now I'm gonna brood. Now that you want to talk, I think I'm done talking.
You're gonna fucking turn it off. This is the first meaningful conversation they've ever had in their entire lives, and you just fucking chop it off at the knees.
No, and it's like, it's the correct way. The bowl is like up close, and the chopsticks are in the angle, and it's just. I start grabbing stuff and I don't even know what it is. I take two. I'm like, this is probably good. It's not good. But now I have a whole bowl of it.
And then you're just.
But now I have a whole bowl of it, and it's just. But it's like I feel compelled to really put it away. Natto. Look.
Even Roshan somehow is a little bit uncomfortable by this turn of events.
Yeah, it's like, it's hilarious. It's like a dark cloud has come to rest on his brow.
And Roshan just like, you're shoveling down this stuff that you hate, and you're like, there's like, you know how in Animal Crossing where when a villager gets annoyed and they're a little toot.
Yeah, the icons.
Yes, the icons.
No, dude, the manga of this scene is killer. It's very good.
Roshan just tentatively says, I see, Commander, and just goes back to eating.
Yeah. And so it's gonna be like this for a while.
It's no, but like I like to think that Roshan's first attempt at being a person was a mistake. Because it just
he's learned the wrong lesson.
Situation.
He's learned the wrong lesson. So now that now that we've entered into a new threshold, like a dark new era, and it's like now I need something to think of besides these fermented soybeans, and so I give myself a break about halfway down the bowl, and I say, "I'm sorry I didn't take the order."
Let's see.
It would have saved us a lot of time. I had what I thought was a better idea and it didn't work out.
Roshan says, "You are the commander."
That's the stuff. Just a little shrug. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Samuel will just say, like, again, this is for the book. I'm trying. And then I think that's kind of a cool scene, like in the window, just like the lantern outside, like it's starting to get darker.
Cut to morning.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of shots. There's a lot of shots of our little lodging that we have here. There's a lot of like, it's small, but it has absolutely everything you could possibly need.
This episode's filled with a lot of B-roll.
Yeah, there's a lot of
ambiance.
There's a lot of silent, yeah, right. There's a lot of silent scenes. There's fountains, right? I mean, it's like the thing is going. It's like clicking, right? Like in Shenmue, but also in Japan. But yeah. I mean that.
No, but like it's duty. Like Roshan.
No, exactly.
You are in charge.
No, exactly. Like, even there,
and it's
here, and so. Severin is going to say, I might give you an order that you don't like at some point in the future. And I know this is going to be important to you. I want you to listen to me very closely.
Roshan stops eating.
I authorize you now to not take it. And this authorization applies to any battle we achieve in the future. I authorize you now to not take an order that you think is incorrect.
You would think that would be something helpful,
Of
but
course.
it is fucking
It's
like
pure
it's
chaos.
Like you just broke Roshan.
It's pure chaos.
But as a dutiful mech warrior, Roshan says, "Yes, Commander," even though this does not compute.
No, it can't. It won't. It won't. This is a timed munition. It's not going to commute. It isn't going to compute for 15 years. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, this episode's crazy. It's really cool. I just want to hang out with my mongrel here. I'm really pleased with it. All right. Here, I'll give you this. Enjoy.
So, morning comes, and you can hear birds chirping outside of your quarters. You see, as you start to wake, you see Zigzag and Burnout still snoring over on one side of the room.
Nice. Oh, so they were out for were they out for a while? Like did I go to bed before they came back type thing? Okay, that's pretty cool. I wonder what they got up to. Hopefully she learned some important things from this. Hopefully she learned some Spanish. Big opportunity there last night to learn some Spanish.
Just gotta take advantage of this driving time.
Yes, exactly. God, I hope she never watches this show. I feel confident that
That's not going to happen.
she won't be looking up this episode of Black Remnant.
No one will tell her.
No, just they're very safe.
Okay, hey.
You are sworn. You are sworn to not reveal any of this.
You should
yeah.
rewind.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Don't timestamp, and certainly don't clip.
Yeah. Ghostly, what's the timestamp on that one?
Minutes of the show.
3 hours, 39 minutes, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Fight incoming.
Yeah. Fight ink. Yeah. Do you mean? Do we have to go and get the boards, or do you mean like a fight with my literal real life wife at home?
Yeah,
That's marvelous.
You're probably going to be getting a text.
Can't wait for that. Things are not like great baseline, so this is sure to be a delight. Honestly, maybe this is what we need to kind of get things back on track. We'll look at it. So yeah, I mean, so do I go and yell at Kiyotomo? Is that how I should start this day?
What?
Severin is in here somewhere. I'm horrified by his presence. No. I've decided against it.
We awaken to
Yeah.
the typical attendants just waiting for us to escort us to, I guess,
His sort of audience.
his audience in the morning.
Yeah.
As you slide open the gates or the doors to your quarter, is the typical servants are there, escorts are there, and they say, Kiyotomo has requested your presence in our storage facilities.
Oh, wow.
Please follow us.
Just Roshan or the group as a whole?
Yeah,
A royal we.
Well,
as-
yeah. We don't know.
Everyone can come.
Okay.
Marvelous. Day pass.
Roshan, without acknowledging anybody else, just starts following them.
Yeah.
And you make your way, again, they lead you down another path along the mountaintop, past the mech repair facilities, and you are led to a giant warehouse. That
Like
is
a hangar?
yeah, it's basically a giant mech hangar.
Here's where we finally get murdered.
Yeah, this is it.
And
It's been a long time coming.
but the bay doors are closed, and you see Kiyotomo just standing to the right of the bay doors at a control box. And you are walked right up to him.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, and I've been here long enough to understand,
Pick up some of the etiquette.
pick up the etiquette for sure, but Stavron understands that this isn't really about him. I was there for, some of the things that occurred inside the parentheses, but as soon as the ritual is closed down, this is important for Kiyotomo as well. Like satisfying your son's dying wish. Like I can't even imagine what he's going through right now. Stavron is not going to improve that situation. He doesn't know how, even though he should. And so I'm just gonna lightly cough under my breath, and then just give you a little push.
Yeah, this was not in the previous,
In the manual, no. But this is not part of the social
this is not
structure.
a part of the usual stuff. So
Yeah.
Roshan just sort of standing there,
Yeah.
like a doofus.
Yeah. I just give him a little push, little cough.
Roshan just feels the push in his back, and he steps forward and I guess bows.
Yeah, he spins around.
Yeah.
Like, he just puts it all into one big thing.
Yes. So he bows.
And Kiyotomo bows back and said, well, this is what my son wanted to give you. And he slams a giant red button. And you see the doors slowly start to open, and a cold mist kind of flows out of the doors as it slowly opens onto the ground and kind of sprawls down past your feet.
Got a fire suppression system in there.
And as the bay doors are wide and completely opened, you see a blood asp painted black and red in front of you.
Good God. It's just huge, right? I mean, it's massive. Like even compared to the significant equipment that we have on the Calypso, like this is a monster. This is like a kaiju.
Does Roshan recognize the type of blood asp?
No, you just recognize what it is. And
Okay.
You, as you kind of look around, and you just see the cigar fall out of Burnout's mouth.
What? And so I'm gonna whisper to Burnout, and I'm gonna say, they just have this in here? They just have it in the fridge?
We're getting it. We're getting it, kid. We're getting it.
We're gonna need to expand the hold. We're gonna have to put this thing in there fucking sideways.
Roshan doesn't have any real reaction other than to say, just to sort of motion to confirm that is this mech
Yeah.
is what is being left to him, because he has to.
Yeah, and this is reasonable.
Yes.
Like this is nuts.
So historically, tell me about the blood asp. Is this like a rare mech? Is this
You know,
Is this,
yes, this is it's well known and well revered. You would never, even with the trust money, be able to afford this right now.
So this is like a Lamborghini kind of situation.
This would dominate in the games for you.
Okay.
That's all you can think of is getting behind, what you could do in the games with this.
So with Roshan's knowledge of like legendary mech warriors, that kind of thing, like he knows that the Blood Asp is like primo shit.
Respect.
Yeah.
This one right now is already equipped. You can see that there's a PPC and 2 heavy lasers on it.
This is gonna punch
minimum.
holes through. It's gonna perforate mechs.
So now with a little bit more knowledge of the reverence that this mech has, and Roshan is a little bit confused.
Yeah, fair. Fair. I mean, he might not have understood. He must have really meant something to Kenji. Like he might not have understood it.
Not even that.
Yeah.
It's something a little bit more obvious. Is why wasn't Kenji using it?
Yeah.
That's not something you just leave in storage.
Yeah, I mean, you carry that thing around. I mean, it could be. I mean, the only thing that I can think of. I mean, he may have to go into this.
Yeah.
He might have to go into this with his dad, but they were essentially engaged in a desperate, semi-permanent holding action on that colony planet that they were constantly being raided at. Like, it would just get destroyed. I mean, eventually it would just get torn apart there. I think that it would not be a good. It's a treasure.
What was Kenji in? Was he in a gargoyle?
Yeah.
So like Roshan, a little bit perplexed, asked Kiyotomo, why was Kenji using a gargoyle?
Yeah. Why was he driving that around?
It was a matter of testing himself.
Oh, I can see that. Dude,
Okay,
that's so Kenji.
He didn't even think, he wasn't ready for it.
Dude, that's so Kenji. Mondays on ABC. That is so Kenji. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna earn this. Well, basically, he was. You had to have it done to you by this ritual.
Yeah.
But he was engaging in that ritual for himself.
Oh yeah, because I guess they weren't talking.
No. No. He had to earn his own birthright. Yeah. Kenji remains a vital part of this.
So glad I murdered
Well,
him
yeah. But I mean,
in his sleep.
absolutely. Yeah.
I saw my opportunity. I took it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta kill off a character before the story, man.
I pulled the trigger. No, I mean, for me, what I like, first of all, anytime somebody dies in this game and I didn't do it, that's obviously something to celebrate. That's
Whether you directly caused it
Or
just
indirectly.
indirectly.
Yeah, exactly. So
Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just murder everyone,
Yeah.
and you'll just be
Yeah, I
just
fucked
piled of awesome mechs.
I fucked up. Yeah, obviously, there's a new business model here. We can get people's relic mechs at a fraction of the price. First of all, so yeah, Stavrin is just trying to.
Everyone
He's trying to-
is doing the math in their head
Exactly.
now. ZZ's trying
He's
to
trying to
figure
process
out, like,
it.
how many.
Well, yeah,
Like, do we have the right parts to repair this thing? Roshan's already simulating arena battles in his head.
No, but she's like trying to think about what it would cost to just have PPCs like in the hold for repairs. Like the costs have ballooned. And she's wondering like what that request looks like when she pushes that one over just to have the right kind of a nursery for this beast. But it's shocking, and also it's worth looking up the blood asp because its silhouette is terrifying. It is a monster piece of equipment.
In another sort of weird instance, Roshan is struck by the moment and turns to Kiyotomo and says, I don't know what to say or do.
Good, because I still don't know if I'm going to give this to you.
And Stavrin, like, personally just kind of like nods and shakes hands. Well, yeah, I mean, a mech is a big responsibility. He just sort of like silently is like, yeah, I mean, makes sense. Honestly, old man, it's a lot of mech. It's a lot of mech to leave in the hands of someone who knew your son for a couple months.
And Roshan responds, what would you have me do?
I will be thinking about this all day. We will have a big feast tonight with all of the warriors of the village.
Oh, hey.
And we'll discuss it then.
Here, no. So once when I was at a wedding, so there's a full Catholic wedding. Sometimes a man will sing so high, you'll be really surprised. Mm-hmm. He'll say something and then he'll say,
oh yeah,
and I'm like, and I was like, I was at this church, and so it's like all the real people and families were like right in front, and then all of the bride's college friends and their partners were like in another part of like a completely separate part of it, and so and then I was like, what the? And I said it out loud, but I thought that someone else had said it. I was like, you can't fucking talk right now. You can't, but you can't laugh, certainly. And then when he says there's another feast, the Stavern says, hell yes. But he says it like out loud, but it's like at the mouth of this, and it sounds like it's on a loudspeaker, like it sounds in a PA. I'm looking around, I look over at ZZ like she did.
And then Kiyotomo just walks silently past the group, and he looks at you. He says, "Yeah, hell yes," and then keeps walking.
Yeah, see, I say, listen, I think he's warming. I just elbow burnout. I say, he's warming up. I mean, in a way, we're both patriarchs. If you think about it, like, you know, I sort of like run this family, the Calypso family, and this village is his family. And I think that we sort of recognize that in each other. We see that sort of paternal energy. No?
Burnout's still looking at the podcast. Didn't hear a thing you said.
I say, listen, it makes sense. So he left it open? Mm-hmm. Okay, now I gotta go in. Unfortunately, I have to get in the shadow of this thing and look up. I mean, what do I see on it? You said it's black and red?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's his livery.
It's the same livery that he had on the
Yeah, because on that planet, like...
And it's the same livery of all those mechs that were on the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the team, right? This is like they're like a family or like their organizational livery is right here, and this is like in the mix, but he wouldn't even use his own mech. He wouldn't even put it to work. And we might still not get it, I guess. and as I'm walking around, I say, you're gonna have to be on your best behavior. You're gonna have to put on some kind of a show.
As you're fucking crawling around on it.
Oh, yeah.
Like Gollum.
Yeah, exactly. It's the precious. Yeah, so you're gonna have to put on some kind of a show for this guy. You have to take up the shamisen. because you can hear, that it's being played. Like this place is.
There's a shakuhachi.
It's
going
happening
it's
over there.
yeah.
So
I don't know if it's hard.
Kiko thinks,
Yeah.
like, is this Kenji's way of giving not so much a mech as a symbol to Roshan, so that
It's an icon.
Roshan can strive to this mech as he did. Roshan would not think this
No,
because Roshan's too practical.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
It absolutely is. Yeah. I mean, they're on similar paths, right?
Yeah.
And Samira, Samira's named after his mom. Like it's hard to imagine him leaving that in the hold, but this is essentially an army on 2 feet.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Roshan is just still in place, sort of still relatively gobsmacked, looking at this murder machine. Because out of all the mechs that we've ever, interacted with, this one looks like an actual murderer.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. And we've seen lots. I mean, we've seen lots of mid-range.
Like this looks like a predator. Like
we've seen lots. It's literally named after a snake, and then they added blood, and then a blood snake. Like that sounds just worse than a regular snake. Mm-hmm. All right, but it's like now I'm worried that it's like it's not going to be fresh. I'm just going to scoot everybody out of this place. It's like, listen, we can come back and see it. I'm going to hit the button. I want to close it back up. I'm sure the Argon system's
the
already.
value was dropping.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Here.
As soon as you turn the key in a new mech. But no, I mean my suspicion is the Argon system's going to hiss inside there, even as the doors are filling up. We're going to start to see it rising in there. Yeah, it's just like I'm gonna talk to Burnout. I'm gonna say, what do you think he wants? Like, what's he looking for as proof?
Kid, I have no clue. This is all new to me.
Okay, but we're in a place like, does this place have a bunch of these sealed bays? Is this like their reliquary essentially? Or is it not that common?
You only see 2 more cold storage bays, but the rest are just actual hangars.
What is this? Like, what kind of force is this? Like,
yeah, it seems like just what we saw out there on the test. It seems like this place. It seems like they field a pretty significant local force.
Yeah, are there any like
some kind of militia? It's like the Matsu militia.
Is this connected to a federation?
A more
or
significant
faction,
house or clan, even.
Or do we even know?
You don't know. You haven't even asked the questions.
Yeah. Well, there's a big feast tonight, so we'll bring it up there. There's 2 more. Is there anybody in here?
Oh God!
You don't see anybody around.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at the second one. Just real
Yeah,
quick.
sure. Let's fuck it up. Let's just
No, you're right. I'm gonna go over and
let's literally look a gift horse. A second gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a gift Eridani light horse is the brand appropriate metaphor. I'm gonna have the hand. It's gonna be over it, and it's like, like palm wide, like ready to hit that activation stud. I pull it back and I put it in my pocket.
Make me a reflex check.
The only time Sovereign has ever shown restraint.
Reflex. 13.
Oh, you actually beat her.
You're able to pull your hand back.
Dude, it's a lucky one. That was 11 on dice. It's hard. Like it's sweat.
Yeah.
Like it's slick. I got to put it right in the pocket. And I mean, this is a huge moment, obviously, for me in my character arc. I'm glad we were all here to appreciate it together.
Huge moment where Stavron doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, I'll take it. The rest of the team's dialed in. And so, yeah, I mean, so we'll leave this but it's just now self-control is like a drug. I'm gonna get really hard into stoicism, and we're gonna flip the liver all the way to the other side. No, I think that's unlikely. But yeah, I mean, this is like our last opportunity to. This is our last opportunity to probably see this place. My guess is that we're not going to be entertained here forever. I don't think he wants us hanging out here very long. He certainly doesn't want me hanging out here very long. And then Rashawn is essentially just like a icon of his son's death. I mean, my guess is that the last few days have sucked shit.
No, Rashawn is he's not an explorer, so
No.
He just starts heading back to the quarters, just backtracking.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yeah, and he realized that he doesn't want to fuck this up.
Oh yeah,
and like
he's getting a sense of it, right?
Some sort of sense of it. The how close.
But there's a future. But there is a future that inheritance enables. That is essentially his dream.
Yes, like that's
right.
This is like shit on posters kind of stuff, like which has always been, something he unintentionally has strided for.
Yeah. Yeah, and not even consciously.
Not even consciously.
It's just a drive.
It's just, he has worshipped
an impetus.
These famous mech warriors on his walls his entire life, and this is the kind of mech that they would use.
Yeah.
So there's association there, and it is dawning the importance of what is happening.
Well, I think functionally what it is this is the ante to get into these games. It's one thing to pay the fees or pay your portion of the purse. It's another thing to have the big boy equipment.
Well, no, it's like part of the reason that his previous experience with the games didn't lead to anything was that the persona is not there.
Oh, the brand.
He's not
interesting.
a
The
personality.
icon. I see.
He's not built for that.
Well, I can fix that.
But if you have a mech that looks like that, it does a lot of the heavy lifting.
Well, it does all this. It basically bespeaks.
Yeah.
It's like that's the sort of person who drives that.
Yes.
And then as long as you're quiet, which Rashawn can handle, the blood asp is going to do most of the speaking.
Yes.
Right?
So all of this is as Roshan is walking back to the quarters. This is all sort of unfolding.
Yeah.
Just and not as all of these connections are starting to link up.
Right.
Like all of the pieces are starting to fall into place, and it's not something that he ever understood.
No, and I think that's the distinction is that the awareness is there.
Yeah.
That he can sense it happening around him.
Right.
And he knows where he is in it.
And he never understood.
Yeah.
That is what was needed.
Right. Yeah.
So it's sort of
the missing piece.
The question is being answered that he didn't even know existed. Right. The question in the first place.
Right. So it's a lot going on.
Yes.
And he has to go back to the lodgings immediately. Well, and honestly, but I mean, as we described before, we do have the pond, we have the garden. I mean, there's many opportunities, I think, for him to
reflect,
to chill,
to continue to unravel,
to chill for a second. Yeah, there's a whole afternoon yet to rack himself with these exquisite torments.
What is the rest of the crew doing?
Yeah.
Burnout and Zigzag, you see them go to the quarters, and they say they're going to lay down until it's time to eat.
So I think that I'm going to put a chip in. And I think that as I'm looking through these, I had gathered up most of the pictures, but there was one other picture that had gotten blown away. There's 4 total. And on the back of the picture with Logan and Stavros, because I've used my chip, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Stavron pick it up, but it is face down, and there is a 6-digit code that I'm going to write down here.
It's 8008IES.
Boobs! Nice. Yeah, you've been waiting for it. There is a, someone has written a 6-digit code on the back of one of these photographs that that Burnout found.
Okay.
There's some ancient note of the vintage of this
Do you recognize the handwriting?
information from the era. It's
Is it printed?
It's just like my own. No, it's like my dad's. It's like my dad's handwriting, and I mean this for both of them. Like just huge, ugly, gregarious. It's like it's six characters, but it like goes across the whole thing, and it still wasn't quite enough space. Like the 6 is cut off a little bit at the beginning.
It's like, oh shit, I'm running out.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. But yeah. Specifically on the picture of in his father's hand, the picture of Logan and Stavros. I think I'll use a chip later in the campaign to get the rest of it over. But that is something that he has noticed there when he's sort of like picking up and cleaning up the room.
Okay.
Roshan is outside of his quarters on the deck, facing the rock garden.
Yeah.
And if there is a way to intensely meditate,
Yeah.
this is what's happening.
He's beyond that.
You're saying, is there a way to meditate hard?
Yes. He's meditating so hard. He still is a statue.
He's rigid. He's like white knuckling.
Just intense
Nirvana.
focus.
He's wrestling his mind.
Yeah, and just like a real sort of internal catharsis about.
Yeah. He's doing work.
Yes,
He's like working hard.
and it's something that is new. It is something that is uncomfortable, but it's happening.
Yeah. But basically, just he is essentially becoming aware of these systems.
No, that's exactly what it. No, it's just becoming aware.
Yeah. Well, I mean that is the purpose.
Yes.
I mean, it turns out if he had turned to these techniques before, perhaps.
And
He wasn't ready yet.
Just, no, it's part and parcel that this practice that Kenji has taught him has led him to this, and it's all sort of, like I said previously, connected.
Yeah.
Just that is what he is doing until the feast.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go back to the Calypso. I'm just gonna go through just in my bunk room. I'm just gonna make sure, because I've been out here for a little bit. Just make sure. I'm just gonna check and see if there's any additional messages, jobs. Is there any contact, any mails?
Nothing's come through.
And I had sent a mail before to Vicky Cardigan about if there was a premium service where I could get inspiration from Vicky in my inbox each day. And I said price was no object. So
there is a premium service that a note that comes back.
I hope it's expensive.
It will give you. You can describe what the note says, but
Oh wow!
you will receive every morning a inspirational quote.
Yeah, it's just a
from
quote.
Vicky.
Yeah, it's just a quote.
One
It's
quote.
just
Not
a
even
text.
instruction yet. Just
And it isn't even
a
the fun
sentence.
videos.
Yeah.
It's just it's basically like it's an even cheaper version of like an affirmation a day calendar.
Yes.
And that's
No, more expensive.
yeah, exactly.
Infinitely more expensive.
and Stavron doesn't think that's enough, Vicky. I respond to that entreaty, and I say, I'm looking for more. I'm prepared to be a disciple of Vicky Cardigan.
The elite, and then you just get a response back quickly saying, if you sign up within 29 minutes,
Oh fuck!
you will
I'm
be
looking at
on
I'm trying to find a clock.
you will get the elite premium tier,
Elite premium tier.
which will give you a video every morning along with an inspirational quote.
That's only available upon request.
Yo, it's exclusive. I should have known this was a test. Vicky was testing me.
28 minutes.
That's incredible. Here, I'm gonna send
27 minutes.
a video of myself. No.
26 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a message to Logan. How far is it from here? How far is it from Matsu to? Like, how long is our travel going to be from here to Solaris?
Get back to me on that one.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But,
I don't actually know the,
but I'll know. I mean, I'll know. I mean,
You'll know.
I'll let Logan know in this mail
Okay.
that
25 minutes.
that we're gonna go, and he's typing an important mail, but he keeps looking over and seeing the time
Yep.
tick down for this special offer.
And as you're typing, it gets to 20 minutes.
Yeah, of course it does. But essentially, the mail says, "Uncle Logan, this is your nephew Stavron. Do you have any other nephews? Well, this is the nephew that you have, and I'm the only one that you got. And we need a better relationship than this. I'm going to be on Solaris. We're traveling there from Matsu tomorrow. You don't have to bring the Odysseus, but I'd like to see you there. We need to see each other. We're all that's left."
And at 15 minutes, a buzzer goes off, and it says,
Fuck.
Ultra Premium Rare Deal, 15 minutes left.
Wow.
You'll get one free quote every morning, one morning message video, and a free preview of every chapter of Vicky's new book before it comes out.
How many C-bills per month?
Yeah. We'll get to that. Does it have a price?
No.
No.
Okay. But I have to be honest with you. Now Stavron is a little mad because the offer keeps getting better the less time there is, and now he thinks that someone's fucking with him. So he is gonna wait. He sends the message to Uncle Logan. Mm-hmm. I am perched on this keyboard, waiting for the offer that happens at a minute.
You're still Hannah's son.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm watching it come down. I'm like, come on, motherfucker. What do you got? 5 minutes. Yeah. Oh yeah, you think? Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh no. What'll happen if I don't get it? What do you got?
And then at 1 minute, you see time's running out, and you see 59 seconds, 58 seconds, 57 seconds, and then a pop-up comes up, Mega Ultra Elite Premium.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm fucking talking about.
You get one free
Still no
message,
price.
one video, free preview chapters of Vicky's book,
Preview
and
chapters. Yeah.
what's the last one?
And I'm like, oh, I should put it in there?
Yeah.
A 30-second video call with Vicky Cardigan.
And a 30-second video call with Vicky Cardigan.
I'm like, well, fuck yes. I put it down. I just hammer it in.
And you see the screen says, "Thank you for purchasing.
It was my great pleasure.
You will be billed shortly."
I'm sure I'll be fine.
You're gonna have to
No,
call a credit card company to get on this one.
I say, I'm sure it'll be fine. And I say, I mean, the hard part's already over. I'll hit the power stud, shut off the terminal.
A Frosty had an option for the last contribution.
Two cups of yeah. Except one is hot. Vicky, like you've never seen her before. But yeah,
Cranston's helping us out here. Matsu's about 12 jumps from Solaris.
Perfect. Yeah, and you know, Logan can talk to. He can talk to the person who should be my navigator about how long it'll take. But I mean, obviously, burnout will get us there faster.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, I feel very productive already. I've set my life into motion. Now I have but to reap the rewards. So yeah, I mean, I'll head back out of the Calypso, you know, hit the exterior stud, lock it down, wave goodbye to Oberon and the bots. I say we're probably coming back tonight. I look over on the ground. I kneel down and rub a spot. It's like ugh. Ugh.
You see tons of the little bots come over and start shining.
All right. I tussle their non-existent hair. All right, I knew you had it. I'm just fucking with you guys. All right, bye. So then I'll head back out from there. Just like that transition space from the spaceport landing into this other world is always a whiplash-inducing process, but I'm getting slightly better at it. And by the time we leave the planet, I'll have it completely down. I'll never need to use it again. But I will have developed a powerful skill that would be of use if I lived here. But yeah, I'm gonna roll back in. So is
he's still
Rashawn? Are you still white knuckling divinity?
Yes.
Over there. You're still becoming one with the goddamn universe.
Some sort of mini apotheosis.
Did anything else happen before?
He's becoming a star. Yeah. I just see a mote of light. Guess that's Rashawn. Good job, buddy. Way to become the sun.
No, once again, the attendants sort of appear out of a side room, like we didn't know where they come from.
Yeah. No. They canonically should come from some new place each time.
Yeah.
Just like up from the floorboards.
Yeah, exactly, not from the ceiling.
Yeah, from an invisible room in the window.
No, it's like out of a rock in the garden.
No, out of the pond. Just reeds out of the pond.
Just walk out.
All right. This new time that's dry somehow. It's incredible, but it's their most horrifying entrance yet. I just react viscerally.
Roshan is broken from his, his concentration and knows what their appearance means, and
that it is time.
begins to follow them to the feast.
And Zigzag and Burnout just kind of, you see him stretch and walk out of the quarters and start to follow you as well.
I'm going to observe. I'm just going to try to. We don't have the camera for this. So I'm just going to be trying to commit as much of it as I can in as detailed a way as I can. I'm just going to try to remember. I'm going to try to file away holographically all of the senses, all the information that's coming in from the quarters out to the new place. And then I'm just going to allow myself to imagine Rashawn in that blood asp, dropped in to the premier sport in the premier location of these Mechwarrior games. And I'm in my mind, I allow him to win.
Okay. And you make it, the servants or the escorts lead you to a feast hall, and you see all of the warriors of the village eating at various tables.
Oh, yeah.
All around the quarters.
It's full-on party atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, is it celebratory?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
All right.
And you see Kiyotomo up on, it's a raised dais a little bit. And there are several seats around him that are empty, and the servants motion you up to him.
Oh, wow. So it's sort of up where the his actual banners are suspended. I mean, this is like it's a court. Yeah. I mean, I'll absolutely take advantage, but I'm gonna sit in the outer ring.
Yeah. It's a. As you get closer, you see that the padding is arranged in a semi-circle.
Okay, perfect. I'm just saying I'm going to leave the spaces for Roshan. I'm going to leave the closest spaces.
I picture you like gently nudging him.
Yeah.
To the
No.
center.
You should choose the wrong one first.
Yes. Roshan just goes to the closest one.
Yeah.
Because
I just,
Roshan is like almost like bending down to sit down, and Stavrin.
No. I'll sit down fast. I'll sit down too fast. I'll just sit down before. Oh no, Roshan, I'm sorry, you can't.
It's like musical.
Yeah, exactly, Roshan. You
musical
can't.
cushions.
This one's mine. And then I say, why don't you sit in that one, and direct him to the correct one, so that he doesn't also do
Sit in
wrong
one
again.
next to. Yes. Roshan is a little confused, but eventually sits into the closest to the center cushion.
Sits into the not Stavrin's lap, which is appropriate in this case.
And Roshan bows to Kiyotomo.
Yeah, and he looks at everybody. Everyone's sitting down, and he just sits, and he seems a little bit more relaxed. As
Really?
the atmosphere is very jovial in the hall.
Really? Do we? Well, in this context, like, do we see? Are people like approaching him? Like this is just it's another ritual of life in this place. Like, are people? Is it sort of like court? Are people approaching him to say things?
Yeah, and
then leaving and bringing things and
absolutely.
And so I'm just gonna. I mean, do we see what he's like when he's not around us?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but you still know that he commands the respect.
Oh, there's no
of
question
everyone in
about
this
that.
room.
But he is like wise. People are coming to him for this stuff. We have a chance to see him in his true context and not just as like the bulwark against outsiders.
Yeah.
Right?
So do we finally get a sense as to the full, like is this a substantial force?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a big deal.
There are about 40 different mech jocks here.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so his actual holdings and his actual like striking surface is considerable.
So we are even more out of our element.
100%.
And Kiyotomo looks up and he looks at you, Roshan. He says, I have made a decision. As you can see, all the warriors here assembled do not stay on world. They go out and aid those in need, but also seek fortune for themselves and this village. You have much to learn. I will give you Kenji's inheritance, but you must forsake the Black Remnant and join my clan.
What the fuck? You asshole. What?
Sonato will now be your last name.
There's only 5 minutes left. What? But. All right.
And that's where we'll leave it.
Dude, that's beast. That is so fucking good. Oh no. All right, well, okay. I guess I'll go home and think about this entire audience. The man has a dick bigger than the blood ass. Exactly, but he'll roll you straight in. Roshan Sonata. Or Sonata Roshan, almost certainly. Okay. You know, what's funny is that, we had the version of this when we stopped our ritual combat halfway through, and then we had the week to think about how to do things optimally and use all of our skills and leverage it all, right? Mm-hmm. This is the same thing, except now it's in a purely social, it's on the RP side. This is at least as difficult as anything else that we've done. Forsake the Black Remnant. That's what the show's called. And Kiko just made our cool logo. Now what?
All right. So that's a wrap on Kiko. See everybody.
Yeah. Kiko out. Kiko out, I guess. Oh boy. Well, hey, Gathered Throng, that was another action-packed episode. I'm always surprised at how intense the non-combat missions are. Like the full RP episodes end up having a ton of meat. I'm legitimately shocked by this finale twist, I'll be honest with you. I was ready to be really cool. I was ready to be so cool, and now I got to flex on them. 40 mech warriors or no. I'm my father's son, and also my uncle's. We're gonna figure out exactly what that means, I guess, next episode. But yeah, Black Remnant, a heady blend of role-playing and wargaming. Thank you so much. It's so great to see a lot of the same names coming back and new names as well. We will be right back at it next week. And I've been forgetting the show's call sign, but I haven't forgotten it this time. We'll see you next Tuesday. All right, goodbye.